Cool. All right. I'm Jimmy from Superpath here with Tommy Gamba, co-founder of Stacker Studio. Tommy, how are you?
Good, man. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, happy to or excited to chat about this. So you have some account management needs, which we will kind of dive into specifically, but maybe first can we just zoom out a little bit and just tell us a little bit about Stacker, a little bit about the company, why you started it, how things are going.
Absolutely, yeah. So we actually started Stacker 4 years ago, and originally the vision was to kind of be a data-driven publication. So we saw sort of a gap in the marketplace in terms of storytelling, where we thought that people love data, they love data journalism, but a lot of it can be particularly dense. So we wanted to kind of take a engaging and informative version of research driven and authoritative storytelling, kind of think BuzzFeed meets 538 or The Upshot. And so over time, Stacker really kind of got into, being what is, effectively a media outlet. We operated Stacker.com, designed for readers. But over time, one of the things that we wanted to do to help make our content more accessible was actually syndicate it out to national and local media outlets. And so Stacker kind of became almost a research feature newswire for sites like MSN, Newsweek, Hearst, Tribune, Lee Enterprises. And we saw sort of this growth to our domain and to our site as we were able to get in front of more readers and get more eyeballs on sort of Stacker storytelling. And so that was kind of a light bulb moment for us, where we realized that sort of, great storytelling plus distribution was sort of a great way to grow. And so that led us to build out what is now Stacker Studio, and sort of the growing and really exciting part of our business around providing sort of newsroom as a service to brands and marketers. So Stacker now basically provides both turnkey content development and research to create unique newsworthy storytelling, in addition to our distribution capabilities out to almost 4,000 different local and national media outlets to provide a syndicated newswire. So brands can now come to Stacker, we'll do full content development for them in-house, but then have a built-in promotion capability of actually being able to place those stories in an SEO-friendly format across hundreds of publications, which allows you to really nail sort of the earned media component and some of the really challenging things, I think, that come along with doing sort of top funnel newsworthy storytelling.
Man, okay, that's really cool. Really cool. Where does account management fit in here? Because like the first thing that comes to my mind is like there's a lot of creative work that goes into this. Like I assume you've got awesome people doing that. I mean, it's still you got to kind of communicate well with clients, make sure everybody's happy, needs are met, expectations are set, et cetera. Like, could you talk a little bit about just like account management generally there?
Totally. Yeah, I think so. Most of the Stacker organization, we're about 25 people today. I'd say 17 or 18 of those people are on the creative side. So we have a big research team, we have a big editorial team that are supporting all content development, and working with sort of a really large, expert freelance network we've built over the last 4 years. The account management team and sort of the professional services division today is 3 people, and they support a book of business about 45 different accounts. And that role is really working with content marketers, working with growth marketers, working with agencies, things of that nature, who want to do content development and want support on campaigns, and want to use Stacker Studio as sort of a service for creating and then distributing content. In addition to that, we also have built some supporting infrastructure around that. So we have sort of like editorial operations, we have an internal head of SEO. So we're trying to build sort of the technical components to be able to support the account manager and sort of the day-to-day execution of accounts. So really, we think of the account manager is really kind of like the quarterback that sits between the account, in addition to our sort of team of sort of functional experts, right? Whether that be research, whether that be editorial, whether that be SEO, and really making sure that we deliver on sort of campaigns and on success for our clients.
Got it. Got it. I'd be curious your thoughts on this. Like one challenge I've seen pop up at agencies is agencies tend to have like these kind of sort of content adjacent roles where like the person in the role needs to they need to know quite a bit about content in order to do their job well, but it's also their skill set is different. They're not the person who wants to, dive into an article and spend hours or days or weeks working on this one thing. Like they're kind of much more interactive with the team and with clients. How much content experience or knowledge should an account manager at Stacker have?
Yeah, so I think one of the great things about our team is of course like the supporting infrastructure that we have. I mean, really for this particular role, you need to be able to, interact and know sort of the value props and sort of the levers that content marketers are looking for, and SEOs and growth marketers. So understanding sort of how to tell great stories, different components of how to win an SEO story, components of a great story that are going to help make it more promotable or more newsworthy are all sort of like core attributes. But we don't need people that are, apt at creating content, or who are building the headlines, or are doing the research themselves on sort of like keyword or competitiveness, things of that nature. Those types of exercises are done by our research team, our editorial team. And so really, I think this role is finding people that are looking for the experience to work directly with content marketers to help enable those types of teams at brands, and not necessarily people who want their day-to-day to be in the sort of thick of actually creating pieces of content themselves.
Got it. Okay, cool. And so you have this account manager role, and there may be, I hope that there's more account managers to hire over time. And then
Me
also,
too.
it sounds like you're going to be hiring a team lead for the account managers. Is that right?
Yeah, so I mean, one of the really amazing things that we've seen is just some awesome traction over like the last 6 to 9 months. We now have 40 accounts. About 6 to 9 months ago, we had less than five, and so
That's
we're
awesome.
growing really, really quickly. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun, and of course, that means we're looking for great people, both on the account management side and research and editorial. But yeah, we do see that there's likely to be both more account manager roles on the team, in addition to eventually looking to probably bring in more senior people to help actually lead the account management team. I think one of the things that's unique about this position is like we want to hire somebody who can do a lot of the blocking and tackling of being a great account manager, right? So working with accounts, executing on campaigns. But there's also a real opportunity to contribute to sort of the growth of the group, right? And of the
Mhm.
team, because it is only three people. We've only been doing this for a year. The things that got us from like 0 to 1, I think are going to be totally different than the things that get us from like 1 to 10 or 1 to 100. And so we really are sort of taking a step back and thinking about the organization and then the process and the tools that we use. And so I think from a growth perspective, it's a really cool career opportunity for someone to be able to not only get to do a lot of the work that you'd expect from, being an IC as an account manager, but also being able to really kind of contribute to the strategy and sort of key initiatives for the group. And so that's kind of in sort of the account management role. But then we also are seeing, as this group grows, we want to bring in more experts, more leaders, more managers, things of that nature, because we'll also need that sort of senior oversight and leadership as well, and we know that it'll be valuable.
Right, right. That's really cool. I think the like where Stacker is as a company is just like such an exciting time to come on board. Like it's proven, adding 35 accounts in 6 or 9 months is crazy. That's awesome. But it's not gigantic yet either, so it's like a fun time to come in and jump in, and it's kind of like, who knows? There's a lot of exciting things that could happen in addition to all like the kind of low hanging fruit. It sounds like this person will get working on right away.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of crazy, and I think it's like we're building. We don't want to necessarily be like an agency, right? In a lot of ways, we want to be a studio for a publication, and I think we're trying to do things slightly a little bit differently, in terms of like our approach. And so we're learning every single day, and I think bringing in people that have unique experience, whether that be in an agency, whether that be at a brand, whether that be in media, whether that be in tech, like we're such a unique, eclectic group of people. And I think, we really experience, I really appreciate sort of like the diversity of experience, and bringing sort of that sort of know-how to the team. So, yeah, I mean, we're super excited. And, I think hopefully we'll just continue to be, interviewing for this role for a long time as we kind of continue to add a lot of accounts. The sales team has done a really great job, and we've also had a couple of Superpath community members, which is really exciting, join up, and
Awesome.
a lot of word of mouth and referrals. So I think that's obviously speaks really volumes to some of the things we're building.
Cool. That's great. If folks are interested, obviously there's an apply button to the side and below this post. I'm going to encourage people to just if you're interested, apply. Like we see this a lot in hiring, not just in the content marketing world, but folks are sometimes hesitant to apply if they don't kind of check every single box. I'm encouraging folks to apply anyways, reach out, make the connection. Maybe it works. Maybe it's a new person in your network that evolves into something later. So if you're interested, apply. And if you want someone to cheer you on or look at your resume or writing samples or anything else that would be required to apply, shoot me a DM in Slack. I'd be happy to do that. Tommy, thank you. Appreciate it. It's awesome for our community when folks like you come on and we see your face and hear your voice and get a bunch of context that we wouldn't otherwise get. So I really appreciate it.
Awesome, man. I really appreciate it. And yeah, excited to do more work with the Superpath community. This is a really awesome community. So
Cool. I appreciate it a lot. And I will see you. I actually will see you soon, hopefully next week. Cool. Thanks, Tommy.
yeah, man.